As a result of our inquiries continuing over here on Macleay Island, we've been fortunate enough to have a member of the public come forward with some information, and we've found some property that we've been able to positively identify as belonging to Mrs. Watson. As a result of that, we've conducted further inquiries with the SES and our police divers, and we've located a number of other items that are definitely confirmed as belonging to Mrs. Watson. So we have Mrs. Watson's death at the other end of the island, and a number of property items that have come specifically from her home and that do belong to her found in the water here. So this is another fertile source for us to seek public information. It's as a result of someone coming forward we got it in the first place. Now we're seeking further information. We're here at Thompson's Point. Anyone that knows anything around the Thompson's Point area throughout the month of November, do you know of anyone that frequents here? Do you yourself come walking around this area? Have you seen anyone here day or night at any time during the month of November? If you could come forward and help us to further discover what's going on here. We class this as a significant find in relation to this investigation. There's no logical explanation other than sinister motives for her property being found in the water here. So we're taking it forward from here to seek further public assistance to help us find who's taken Mrs. Watson's life.
Geoff, what did you find?
We're not at liberty to be able to discuss what those items were, but we're able to positively confirm that they have come from Mrs. Watson's house and they did belong to her.
When were they found?
Earlier in the investigation, late last week, we found a number of items throughout the course of our searches, and in going through them and having them identified, we were delighted to be able to positively identify them as having come from Mrs. Watson's house.
Can you tell us exactly how many items were found?
No, I can't, but there's a number of items that have positively all come from her house.
So a member of the public saw some items, you sent the divers down and they found more, is that right?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. A member of the public, in accordance with our public appeal, has come forward with what they thought was relevant information, and it's a good example of what exactly does happen. They've come forward having found something or other. We've now sent the divers in, and we've come up with some very significant items to assist this investigation, all as a result of the continued great assistance we're seeking from the public.
Has anyone else been questioned any further in relation to the investigation?
We're continuing, as was mentioned in recent media, we're continuing to interview multiple people, as many people as we can. It's a byproduct of asking for public assistance that you actually get it. And when you do get it, there's a lot of inquiries we've got there to make. We've got staff working flat out around the clock trying to get through everyone that has been mentioned, everyone that's come forward, and everything we hear about, trying to follow it up with the idea of getting to a successful result to this investigation.
The house that was made a second crime scene, any significant developments there in the past couple of days, and is that still a crime scene?
We still have the crime scene there at Parakeet Street. We're having a look at it further. Again, similar to Mrs. Watson's house, you don't want to miss anything, but we're taking a strong, thorough look through that. As with such things here, if you find something on the ground here, it's a good example of how thorough we are being, where our divers have found things off the shore that normally wouldn't be found unless you were conducting the same sort of thorough search that we are.
Has Mr. Fennell been questioned again?
Mr. Fennell has assisted us with our inquiries and he's moved on. Yeah.
Do you think it's significant that Thompson's Point is in such close proximity to Mr. Fennell's house?
That's the trouble with that sort of thing. Thompson's Point, it's a relatively small island. It's in close proximity to everyone who lives on the island, so I don't think any inference can be drawn in relation to that at all.
Has Mr. Fennell been ruled out of your investigation?
That's the scope of our investigation. We're not ruling anything in or out until we can finally get to the bottom of exactly what's happened. So it would be remiss of us to keep a closed mind like that. We need to have all avenues of inquiry open.
How do we know those things belonged to her? Like, were they recognised items that were hers, or was it evidence of blood? Or
we've been able to find them initially handed to us, and then we've had members of the family identify. Yes, that's Mrs. Watson's.
Did some of those items wash up on the beach?
No, there was one item found in the shallow area of the water, and then further inquiries further out have resulted in the divers locating a number of items, all of which belong to Mrs. Watson.
Are they the type of items that could have been stolen from the home if this was a robbery gone wrong, or is it more of personal effects that may have been on her?
I'm not really at liberty to describe exactly what those items are, but we're buoyed by the fact that they have been positively identified as coming from the actual murder scene. And so that's why I reiterate our call that if you frequent this area yourself, if you know the people that do, If you've seen anything in the whole month of November, not just since this tragic event, before or after this tragic event, could you come forward and let us know what you see, what you hear, what you know?
And sorry, Geoff, the divers found other items after another search, but were they far enough to have been thrown from shore, or would it have to have been a boat involved? Can you say that?
I think at this stage we're still trying to ascertain tidal flows and things like that, so that's still something that's under investigation.
Okay.
Nothing further I can assist
Thank
with?
you.
Thank you.
Tremendous.